saw a mail from 3MTT. I was saying, who is this? And I had to track her down, put through a call. How did you get my name and all that? She said she was looking for somebody that would be a guest speaker here, and she was able to see me on LinkedIn. So that's another platform where we all need to be. If you're not there and you're here, I think you're missing it. So if she can get me on LinkedIn, that means Trump can get you on LinkedIn. So you need to be there. So those are some of the things we have to do. But as young people, I envy you people, seriously. Because I remember when I was in school, computer science department, University of Rio, 1997, I think I entered 1993. Our computer lab was with lock and key, big chain. Yes, you don't go near it. They will tell you, computer, you touch it like a woman. You don't touch it really hard. Now, how will you be able to use this computer you cannot touch? And you need to use it. Imagine now, devices are toys. You give birth to a child, he wants an iPad. Yes, my 10-year-old getting to 11 is telling me to buy PS what? Is it PS what? Yeah, I don't even know. And you ask them how much is it? It's telling you so much money. And he's saying it as if it's nothing. Yes, I said, have you ever made that kind of money before? He said, but he needs it. Those are the kind of things children ask for these days. Like when we were growing up, your toys are all those gun, rubber gun that you'll be shooting, isn't it? If you're a girl, they'll buy you a doll, yes. That's not what is in the internet now. So, we are on a different platform, and things have changed. So, yeah, okay, so I will be telling you to move because I did a sort of animation because I know I was coming to talk to tech people. So, this is the topic, life after 3MTT. I even asked Joy if I can enroll. She told me no, it's between 18 and 35. And I'll pass that age. I don't know if they can change their mind because you keep learning. I tell my colleagues, if I become professor tomorrow, I will still keep learning. Because the world we're in keeps changing. I think in 2022, I had the opportunity to talk to some young people in a center in my university city. NIDA also sponsored them in tech skills. I was telling them that day, what I'm telling you now, I'm sure in the next 2 years, will be obsolete. So you don't just stay, you have to move. So can we go to the next slide, please? So, your next chapter of excellence. You have graduated. Congratulations. Other people will come after you. What are you going to do to make your life better? What are you going to do to make a difference? Because almost everybody here in this room are either one tech person or the other, isn't it? So there must be something you have to do to make yourself different or stand out. The next slide, please. So congratulations, you made it. Next. I went to the website. I was able to see 12 different tracks. This 3MTT is involved. It's a wonderful program. I can't wait for my son to get into this program and look for one track to do. Now you can see AI, machine learning, animation, all the emerging technologies, they are there. UI, UX, cloud computing, data analysis, data. So if you are in any of these tracks, that is where you're meant to be now. Take it seriously. Don't take it as one of those certificates, because we hear young people, they say, education is scam, isn't it? The people in this room, do they believe in that? Okay, so we're on a different level. Thank you very much. very much. Next, please. So what have you achieved so far? Next, please. Press. So for the AI machine learning, how wish I help you? Yes. The things you have achieved are things like taking care of complex problems. That was one thing about artificial intelligence machine learning. Those things that normally you won't be able to solve, even with automation, you won't be able to solve them. But AI machine learning will help you take care of that. You have developed solutions for challenges in healthcare. I heard the lady here that was telling us about her profession in healthcare, climate change, and so many urban planning solutions, so many solutions. They are now at your fingertips. You can do it. Optimize resource utilization, predict natural disasters, manage environmental systems. That is one thing about AI. My colleagues in the department, everybody wants to be professor of artificial intelligence now. Nobody wants to be professor of any other thing. Everybody is AI. There's one young lady, when she's being introduced, she's also a professor in the University of Port Harcourt, but not in computer science department. Anywhere she goes to speak, she says she's an AI diva. That's what they introduce her as. Everybody is interested in AI, and if you say you're an AI person, everybody is, because you have a lot to do. A lot is out there. A lot is happening with AI. And the worst part of it is the large language models that came into place in 2022. Till now, we have not recovered from it. I see some people as developers, software developers. Those days when we were in school, if you're a software developer, their hair is normally like this guy's hair that is videoing us. They don't take their bets, isn't it? They are always coding. We see them as very intelligent people. But now, large language models have made it possible for somebody that is not so good in coding to be very good in coding. ChatGPT can write a Python program for you, isn't it? So, you being a software developer, don't do guy too much. I can write your code. Because in those days, you write code, you hide it, you don't show it. Now we have open source. You go there, GitHub platform, you get all the code, you modify it and get what you want. So you have to do something different. You have to step out a bit to make yourself unique. Because those things you feel you have, so many people have it, and it is at their fingertips. And these days you can, on your own, write a whole book in one day. That means the literature people that write books, so they won't incur them. They are being challenged, isn't it? Because when I go online, I see some apps, you see somebody advertising for you that you can write a whole book in 1 hour. And when you read the book, it makes sense. But the only thing now is, when you put it into, turn it in, they will tell you it's AI what? Generated. All right, next, move on. So, opportunities ahead as an AI ML person is that you can be a data scientist, ML engineer, or an AI researcher like me. Then you have a lot of certifications to write. But I'm happy to hear from our moderator that most of you have started writing these certifications. That is one thing that will, put you differently from the general public. I just wrote this one, AI Practitioner Foundation. The day I told my son I was going to write an exam, he was wondering, Mom, what are you writing an exam for? For you to be in this field, you have to be dynamic. Your mind will be dynamic. You are ready to learn. Anything you see, your eye is itching. Had it been Joy told me I can register, you would have been surprised. I'll become a student immediately. Because we need to keep upgrading ourselves. Next slide, please. So those that went into animation, what have you achieved? I'm sure you have the opportunity, chance to combine creativity with technical skills. Animation is an area that is very, very lucrative now. One of my sons was telling me he likes animation. I've been trying to push him to see, go online. There are a lot of things you can. YouTube can teach you these things, isn't it? can even sit in your house. I keep telling students, you can sit in your house and learn all these things. It's just interest, discipline. But you who are in the generation Alpha, Z, or Millennial, I don't know which one, depending on your age, the patience is not there. I think I'm in the X or the baby boomers. So we have patience, but patience these days are not there because I don't really blame them because you came into this world, you met a lot of gadgets, you met a lot of devices that can help you do things without, bothering yourself. I remember when we were in school, you would sit down. Where is the textbook? You can't even find it. You can't see anything online. Now, whether you have textbook or not, just go online. Everything is there at your beck and call. So people don't worry so much again. That's why children will ask for PS5 that will cost so much that you don't even know if your parents' salary in the whole year can buy it. But they want it because that is what they saw. So as an animator, you can use your skills in architecture environment. 3D walkthroughs, engineering simulations, retail virtual product demos. All those things we see online. I keep telling my children, you play game from morning to night. Who developed that game? Can't you develop one so that we start playing it and you start making money? Those are the kind of ideas or the kind of mindset we should have. We Africans, we are always there to receive ahead. They have brought out this one. We key in. There's another programming language coming up. We key in. We start learning it. Can't we be the ones developing a programming language that can be as good as Python, that can be as versatile as Java? We can do it. It's just the mindset. Because all the tools are there. Next slide, please. Cloud computing. I don't know if we have people in that track here. Cloud computing is one area that is very, very essential. As an IT person, I'm not very good with cloud computing. So whenever we develop model, we're looking for a cloud architect that can help us deploy our model. And they do a lot. So if I have a way of learning it, I will learn it. So that those people that do for me, they stop doing that. So if you do cloud computing, you can become a cloud engineer, cloud architect, DevOps engineer. Then you can write the certifications. They are all there. At times, some of these certifications, they have free voucher. Like the one I told you I just write, I was surprised that I got a free voucher from AWS. And they were, telling me that I have just 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I said, I have to get it done. I sat down. It wasn't easy. Learned it, read, and I passed. Yes, but there was one I failed. Power BI, data analysis. I don't know if there's anybody that has written that certification here. The Power BI, nobody. Try and write it. You will see, and put it in your LinkedIn handle. You will see, people will reach out to you, and you'll be surprised when you get the next slide, please. UI UX design. You can see, I'm sure you have learned how to create solutions that address user pain points effectively. Because for UI UX, you're talking about user experience. How would your user, the program you are written, the product you have, how will your user feel after using it? Or how will your user feel? You put yourself, you're meant to have the empathy nature. If you're in this particular track, you're always thinking of your user, not just you, because you know how to code, you know how to do this, but you put up a solution, a product that your user can be happy about. Then you have certifications for it too. UX, Google UX design. Yes, the next certificates. Then the data analysis and visualization. I think that's the. Is that your track? Okay, yours is AI. Is the young man that's his track. I like data analysis and visualization. It's a powerful sector. You can transform an organization, the managers will be looking at you. When you create wonderful dashboards that is very dynamic, that will be telling the owner of a supermarket in his room how many products have gone out and how many is coming in. He doesn't need to be in there. He will take you like God, because you will give him all the details, analyze it for him. He'll be wondering, are you sure this is my shop? It is a very wonderful track to go into, and a lot of people are making it through data analysis and visualization. When you have those wonderful visualization, and you young ones, your brains are still very sharp. I wish I was young now, or I am young now. Okay. But you know, by the time you give birth, those that are giving birth, it looks as if the children take some of our intelligence. I'm not as sharp as I used to be. I remember when I was in school, I used to be sharper. All these certifications, we will sit down and write it one day, but now it takes effort. So this is the time for you to improve yourself. Get to that level where by the time you start getting old and all that, you can just be, you won't have much to do again. Next slide. The data science track, you already know vast opportunities, allowing individuals to harness the power of data for innovation. One of my colleagues just left us recently. He got a job of $8,000 in UK as a data analyst, data scientist. So it's a wonderful opportunity. All the tracks, they are all good. It depends on where you're interested. And you will see, you will thrive in it. If you go into where you're interested, I tell my students at times, when you come and say, I want to project topic, I say, what do you want to do? What will you see achieved? You will be happy. Without somebody disturbing you every day. Is it climate change? Do you want anything good in climate change? Something you can, what do you want? Is it in agriculture? Because if you go into where you have interest in, you will see you will not struggle. So when you see all those, forget about this AI, ML thing. Everybody's AI. If you know you are not interested in, don't go there. You will struggle. So there are a lot of tracks. I can see that 3MTT is really giving out, and you look at the one that you like so much and go into it. The next slide, please. The DevOps. The DevOps engineer, site reliability engineer, you learn about automating pipelines for quicker and more reliable software delivery. These are also, they are also part of the software developers. I watched a video on a workshop organized by Databricks. The CEO was saying that his coding skills are becoming rusty these days. Why? Because of all the inventions of AI. Because they were showing all the things, all the tools, his team, all the products they are bringing out. Some of the things he used to sit down and code, there's no need again. You just put on a good prompt engineering and you get all you want. So, but if you are a DevOps, you need to up your game. Seriously. You don't just stay there, I can code with all the programming languages, fine. Me, I cannot. I'll just go to ChatGPT or any of the large language models. It will give me all the code, and I'll run it, it will run. You are there doing software engineer. Me, I'm moving on. It was, and I'm not surprised. When I saw the 12 tracks, I didn't see website design. Remember in those days, that used to be the first thing. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That was the main thing. Now, there are a lot of codeless platforms. Within few minutes or hours, you have designed a dynamic website. Isn't it? Without even knowing how to code with HTML, CSS. So that means the world is going somewhere. And this platform is a push for you. So it's now left for you to decide where you go to. The next slide, please. Game development. We already know there are a lot of games. You can still do more. There's always room for improvement. producing one thing or the other. So, and there are a lot of certifications you can do that will keep you, apart from others. Next slide, please. The quality assurance. I was happy when I saw this because normally in IT we don't really look at this a lot, but for the fact that you are doing it is something good because we sit down, we design a lot, isn't it? Especially in AI, which is also my field, we do what we call AI ethics. Because the kind of, immediately after this ChatGPT large language model, there is a lot out there. Now, you go and develop a model, and you use a data set, maybe you're developing a model that can dictate who people are via an airport. And you develop this model with a data set of only white people. And when I say data set of only white people, pictures. And your model has learned there is only fair people it will see. And you, black man, you enter there. Sorry for you. Because they will not recognize you. I had such an experience. We went for a conference. The Indian man, they just developed an app for Apple. He was bragging to all the professors there that Apple has bought this particular app, and the app is wonderful. You just put the phone on your face. It will tell you all your, these medical people, vital signs. And the white man there, they put in severally, the man said, this is what I saw before coming out this morning. It's true. Okay, I said, sir, please, can you use it for me? They used it 10 times, and the thing was giving error. Yes. And the man was so annoyed. He was so annoyed with me because I have spoiled his, I put sand in his garage because he was promoting that particular, the next iPhone that is coming out was coming out with that particular product. He now said he will go back to his developers so that they will look at it. Because you didn't consider black people. So that means black people will not buy that iPhone and use that particular tool you have. So quality assurance is very important. In anything you do, fine, you have the opportunity to develop as many tools as you can, but do you check the ethics? Are you budging into people's privacy? With that tool that is coming out, are you sure that there is a sort of security somewhere that will make sure it will not expose people? Next slide, please. You can pass software developers, we know them, go to the next slide, please. Yes, cyber security is the one I want to talk about. I saw somebody wearing a hack on his neck. Look at them, they are all here. When you hear that word hacker, I'm sure your mind goes somewhere. And you know, for you to catch a thief, you must. Yeah. So you, as a cyber security specialist, you have a lot to contend with. You have to give yourself that teaching that you're going to be a good hacker, isn't it? And we have ethical hacker certification. You first of all go and get that one, so that you learn all it takes to be a good hacker. Because you will know, even the penetration testing you will do, you will find out how vulnerabilities are in people's network, isn't it? So imagine if you don't have that self-consciousness or that you go into a bank network and you see vulnerability where you can move some billions of dollars. What would you do? Tell me the truth. Okay. You need to talk to yourself here before you start. We have heard of so many stories of where a young boy that is very good, he hacked something in America, and instead of them, they called him, they caught him, and they now trained him to be a better person, isn't it? But that will not be in Nigeria now. When they catch you with EFCC. So those are the things we need to be careful about. Next slide, please. So what's next? Facing the challenges. The common you have done is job search. Most of you are not working. I just heard this young man tell us he's in final year mechanical petroleum engineering. You know now, unlike before when we were in school, oil company job was the boom. Now, data is the oil we know. Because few oil companies, few job opportunities. So you should start thinking of coming over to IT, because that's where it is now. So you have this kind of problem of searching for job. Because of the era we are in, not uncle, my uncle is the minister of this, minister of that. You see somebody that don't have any uncle and that knows about job board and goes to these places where employers and job seekers meet, you'll be surprised if you get a $10,000 job. You get what I mean? So that is how the practical solution. You link in, Google for job, see recruiter, there are a lot of them. There's one they call Indeed. There are a lot. So you go, you'll be surprised. You will get one. Just try. One thing about these things is, if you don't apply, you will not be rejected, isn't it? And if you're not rejected, you are what? Accepted. So if you just stay and say, okay, I'm going to be rejected, I will not apply, you will not get it. Those of us in academia, we do what we call research grants. We apply for research grants. I have a lot of colleagues that came into lecturing before me that have not won one. But me, I've won a lot. Why? I apply a lot. I don't see anything. It doesn't pass my eye. I will apply as long as I'm qualified. But I get a lot of negative feedbacks, I have to tell you. You can apply for like 20, you get up to 18 negative feedbacks, and you might just get 2. That's a boost. It gives you a platform to apply for another higher one. So don't give up, keep trying, and you will make it. Next one. Skill application. You know, we have done a lot of tracks. We have seen a lot of tracks. A lot of tracks. I keep telling people, if you are in IT, don't be in everything. Look for one track and focus on, or else you'll be confused. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of information on the internet. At times, when you want to start reading this one, another one appears. You don't know which one, and it's just 24 hours in a day, isn't it? And you will eat, you will bathe, you will rest. So you don't have enough time. But if you focus on one thing, when you see another one coming, just close your eye, focus on that one. And you can decide to be, create mobile applications. Get your hands dirty. Test and improve system, defenses by identifying vulnerabilities. You have learned about it. Try it out. Go to Kaggle. Those of you in AI, data science, there's a lot of data sets you can try with to know if you really know this thing you have learned. Apply your skills on your own first, because there's a lot out there that you can use, unlike before. The platforms are all out there that you can, use. Implement firewalls, exploratory data analysis. This is one thing you should, be very interested in. No matter what you do, when you're telling a story, a digital story, if you know how to do the EDA, you will go a long way. Even those that do presentations, you go for conferences, you want to do presentations. You'll be speaking all the grammar. What people see, they, take it in more than all you say. Next slide, please. So, staying motivated is one. I was happy when one of the lady was telling us about the community, the 3MTT community she's in. Tech communities are very, very important. Get yourself into one. Depending on what you're doing, there's AI Science Initiative, there's Stack Overflow Community, there's GitHub, so many of them. Depending on what you're interested in and the area you want to really improve yourself in, you go there. The alumni groups, don't go out of it after now. I've won one thing or the other, I'm done with this people. That's not very good. You don't know, there could be something one day. Joy might get information from the minister that they want the old people, the cohorts of first or second cohort to, get something. And you're not there. They will not tell you. So try to keep your alumni groups. Next slide. I've been asked this. Sorry, Toyota Corolla LSR 401 GP. They told your vehicle. Read them outside. Okay, so in conclusion, I'm rounding up. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. You can see what Bobby Unser said. You are prepared, but you have been given the skill, but you need to prepare yourself more, so that when the opportunity comes, you will just see yourself there. My colleague, I told you that got data science job. She has not been doing data science in lecturing, but she has been preparing herself because she knows that one day she wants a data science job. So when the opportunity came, she was ready. If you go to her LinkedIn, she has everything on data science. She has written a paper on data science. While she was in computer science, she was data science, was her interest. So when that preparation meets opportunity, miracle happens, isn't it? So the future is bright for those who are prepared and willing to take action. Young people, most of you are lazy. Yes, I used to tell my students, you tell them lecture 9 a.m. Somebody will come by 11 and tell you, my grandfather, they'll go slow in Ugochi. Didn't you know there's go slow in Ugochi? And you know your lecture is by 9 and you're coming by 11. Exam by 9, you have to be time conscious. There was a young man that talked about time. Being conscious of time is something that can help you, no matter how good you are. If you are not time conscious, you will miss a lot. If I tell you that here, if you come by 9 a.m., $1 million, this place is not going to enter anybody. Some people will sleep here till tomorrow. So let's be more intentional. Future belongs to those who create it. So you are already creating it. Tap into it, and God will help you. Thank you so much.